Good evening and welcome to English News Broadcasts live from the headquarters in Asmara at exactly 10:30 p.m. local time. First, the top stories. Financial and material contribution to Eritrean Defense Force. Call for conservation of natural resource. China and Philippines agree to handle disputes peacefully. Powerful storm slams into California. In our local news, at a meeting organized on the 2nd of January, it was reported that government employees and residents of the Amhara subzone extended financial and material contribution to Eritrean Defense Force. According to Mr. Girmay Esset, Managing Director in the subzone, government employees in the subzone contributed 4 million NAFA, while the residents extended material support worth 2.1 million NAFA. Likewise, 18 administrative areas in the subzone collected harvest of 350 families of martyrs and disadvantaged citizens. In the same vein, Dr. Yosef Yamane, Medical Director of the Amhara Hospital, reported that the residents contributed over 185,000 NAFA for construction and renovation of various infrastructure in the hospital. Dr. Yosef also said that the newly established physiotherapy center has become operational. Speaking at the meeting, Mr. Yamane Aberra, administrator of the subzone, called for reinforced water and soil conservation activities and participation in the national development drives. The Forestry and Wildlife Authority called for proper follow-up on the tree seedlings that were planted in 2022 for their sustainability. The call was made at an activity assessment meeting organized on 4th January. At the meeting, in which representatives of the authority from all the regions took part, report was presented focusing on efforts carried out to address the environment, endeavors to control deforestation, and legal measures against people that were found illegally cutting trees, preparation of tree seedlings in their progress, as well as efforts carried out to ensure sustainability of wildlife. According to the report presented in 2022, over 5.7 million tree seedlings have been prepared from 30 nurseries, and that 4.8 million have been planted. Regarding ensuring the sustainability of wildlife, extensive briefing was provided on the situation of the reserved land that were established with a priority to ensure the sustainability of wildlife, as well as on the training program organized with a view to develop overall capacity of members. Explaining of the significance of conserving and developing forest resource in enriching soil and redressing the environment, Colonel Kinfe Habtom, manager of the authority, called for reinforced greening campaign for better outcome. Colonel Kinfe also called for strengthening participation of the public and concerned institution in the effort to control deforestation activities with a view to ensure sustainability of wildlife. At an activity assessment meeting on 31st December in Ginda subzone, call was made for reinforced participation in soil and water conservation activity aimed at boosting agricultural production. Speaking at the meeting, in which area administrators, members of assembly, and representatives of line ministry took part, Mr. Omar Yahya, administrator of the subzone, said in 2022 extensive construction and renovation of terraces and water diversion schemes have been carried out in the 17 administrative areas through the participation of over 24,000 people. Over 30,000 tree seedlings have been planted, and installation of water pipeline from Hutzat to Adnabab has reached to 90%. Mr. Omar went on to say that over 2.6 million NAFA has been distributed to 926 families of martyrs. 312,000 nafa extended by government employees has been dispersed to 56 disadvantaged citizens, and material support has been extended to 6 families of martyrs. Mr. Umar also said that finalizing the installation of water pipeline from Hutzat to for Robia, renovation of Gahtela High School, renovation of water pipeline in Dongolol Alay and Metkal Abit, improvement of sport ground in Ginda town area among activities for 2023. The participants on their part conducted extensive discussion on the reports presented and adopted various recommendations. International news follows after a short break. Stay tuned. China and the Philippines have agreed to set up a direct communication channel between their foreign ministries on the South China Sea to handle disputes peacefully. They said on Thursday their agreement, which contained 14 elements aimed at cooling security tensions and boosting economic cooperation, comes as they strive to mend a relationship hurt after the Philippines won a 2016 arbitral ruling that invalidated China's expansive claim in the southern China Sea. The Philippines has previously raised concerns over reported Chinese construction activities and the swarming of its boats by dozens of Chinese vessels in dispute waters of the South China Sea, an area rich in oil, gas, and fishery resource. In a joint statement issued after Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos met Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing on Wednesday, both leaders reaffirmed that their countries could respect each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Philippines will pursue an independent foreign policy and was willing to cooperate for regional peace in the two countries' national interests, Marcos said in a speech upon arriving back in Manila. Heavy rainstorms barreled into California early today, bringing high winds, heavy rain, snow, and power outages as residents braced for possible flooding. It's the state's third hit from atmospheric rivers since December 26. At a late morning news conference about the threat, Nancy Ward, the new director of the California Governor's Office of Emergency Service, stated that they anticipate this may be one of the most challenging and impactful series of storms to touch down in California in the last 5 years. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a statewide emergency declaration Wednesday to help agencies send aid and resources where they are needed. As the system arrived, many areas will also be confronted with the effect of a bomb cyclone. The powerful system was seen undergoing bombogenesis of California's northern coast, the NWS office in Sacramento said, referring to the rapid intensification of the mid-latitude cyclone. Forecasters have been raising alarms about the storm for days now, saying it could start to affect land as early as this night. And now we have a quick review of the top stories. Financial and material contribution to Eritrean Defense Force. Call for conservation of natural resource. China and Philippines agree to handle disputes peacefully. Powerful storm slams into California. It was me, Salim Brhana, with the news for tonight. Thank you for being with us.